Hey, so here we are. We are live. Thank you for joining me, and apologies for yesterday's technical difficulties, but here we are. Things are going good. I got my spaceships drawings I've been doing over here, so I wanted to share some of those, show you guys that. Kickstarter is still going strong. We're at 825 backers, which just blows me away. I didn't think we'd be here this early in the campaign, so that's exciting. But I just wanted to say thank you for showing up today. Pez Lopez, glad you could make it. Jens, good to see you. Benjamin, we're ready to go. Thanks for coming. Pizza Sauce, I salute you. And anybody else who wants to say hi in the chat, go ahead and join us in there. So what I was thinking we'd do today was more spaceship drawing, right? Like, let's do some spaceships. I have a spaceship that I had previously drawn, and I wanted to do some digital coloring on it. We could do that, or we could do a new spaceship from the ground up. So I'm just sort of feeling that out, how I'm feeling about it today. But I wanted to show you really quick how things are going over here on the Spaceships Kickstarter. 23 days to go, so we still have plenty of time. We're at 825 backers. This was today's update. I don't know if you saw it, but is purple a good color for spaceships? And that's because the latest spaceship I drew is the this purple star runner here. So let's switch over to the sketchbook and look at this one. So you can see here, this thing has a lot of detail. I wanted to draw a little tiny ship right there to kind of like show the scale of what's going on here between these two. What's interesting is I didn't come up with purple until after I'd done this green background. And I was like, what's a good complementary color to green? And purple was it. And I started laying it down. At first I was like, no, this could be a bad idea, but I think I pulled it off. And then this was the other new spaceship for today. This is the it's some sort of Star Runner with like archaic but still working technology in the front here. This is some sort of jamming array to like make sure that this can evade detection at jump gates and entering different systems and stuff. And then the middle section here is all storage space. So both of these were for sale as add-ons in the Kickstarter. People already snagged them, but you can see here I've done essentially, there's three sizes. There's the 5.5 by 8.5 size, which is this, and then two of these make up one of those. So these are our 4.5 by 5.5. So here's another 5.5 one. And then what else do we have here? We've got this ship. We've got this ship. We've got this ship and this one. And then underneath it all, we've got a full 8.5 by 11 ship too. So you can see this one is made up of three of these put together. So that's how I'm going about doing it. And yeah, they're a lot of fun. I enjoy it. So yeah, let's switch over back to FaceTime. Allison's going to be joining us here in a little bit. She had to go run an errand, but she wouldn't miss this. She'll be coming. I just want to say hi to a couple more people who showed up. Let's see. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot. Like, I have to keep this microphone pretty close until I get a different microphone set up. There she is. We're just barely getting started, so.
Why is my chair wet?
I think I think it's from the perspiration on my water bottle.
Oh, I'm glad you said water bottle.
So let's try and. They say that they can't hear you as well unless you're talking into straight into the microphone. So apologies for that. Okay. We got Jen's. She says, can you do a digital color and then ink over the printed out version? You did that a while back with a construction spaceship. Yeah, we could probably do something like that. Let's see. Who else? We got Bob, the ninja. We've got Rachel, Swiss Army knife of ships. That's right.
Our friend Pizza Sauce.
Pizza Sauce is here. The audio sounds good. It's coming in both ears, right? I've solved that problem. Somebody on the Discord named Bob helped me out, and he's like giving me all these streaming tips, so it was good. Hey, Jason, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream.
I'm just going to grab my water.
Okay, she's going to grab their water, and I'm going to switch to Cintiq time here. And what I was thinking, do you guys want to, let's see, if you want me to color this for the stream, let's put an emoji in the chat, any emoji. If you wanted a ground up, something from the ground up, put a letter in the chat. I'm new at this streaming stuff, so I don't know how this works, but if that's what you guys want, let's do it. We'll count up emojis, we'll count up letters, and we'll see who wins too. So while you're out, we're doing a little vote. If they want me to color this for the stream, they're putting an emoji. Mm-hmm. If they want me to draw something from the ground up, they're putting a letter. So far, we're tied.
I like that they're just picking a random letter.
Yeah, just any letter. We should probably pick one letter.
No, I like it this way. Looks like alphabet soup.
Pick your favorite letter. Shatterbrains, welcome to the stream. You're starting a career in 3D animation. That's cool.
See the dog behind you.
Got the dog here. Walter, you want to join us? You want to say hi to everybody? This is Walter. He's been running around naked all day. Can't find his collar. Okay, letters definitely wins.
Yeah. And what was letters a vote for?
Do a spaceship from the ground up. We can color this later. We can color it later. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do it today. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and start by opening up a new sheet here. Hope everybody's doing good.
He's or she. Oh, Alexander is an animation director.
Alexander's an animation director. Cool. Thanks for joining us. Let us know what you've worked on. I want to know.
Somebody wants to see your version of the ship from Spaceballs.
Oh boy. Let's see here. We got to go back to.
No, don't. Here, just hand it to me.
My daughter's in her. She's in her workout clothes. She doesn't want everybody to see her.
Thanks.
Okay. Let me just go over here really quick and get this going. We've got that. I'm just setting up my browser here so I can keep track of stream stuff.
Can you do a circular-based ship like the Falcon? Jay wants to know.
Circular base ship. Let's come up with something interesting. Whoop. Let's get my orange pencil here. And
somebody wants to know about your red pen, whether it's H or HB, but it's digital, right? What about your other red pencil?
It is Colorase, and I don't know what.
It's just a colored pencil.
It's just a colored pencil. Yeah, it's a Colorase colored pencil. So let's do. I'm seeing some circular base ships. Asymmetrical base ships.
Red Flintstone robot.
So let's just start by doing some sketching here. And at this stage, I'm not like, this is the sketch stage where anything goes. So we could do all kinds of stuff at this stage, and it doesn't matter if it's like structurally sound or anything.
Alexander's the one who's the art director. No, the animation director. So
Yeah.
my first dive into it was with Transformers, Rescue Bots, a bunch in the middle, Lego Ninjago. Now I work in video games.
Cool. I always annoyed my kids by calling it Ninjago instead of Ninjago. I'm like, oh, you're playing with the Ninjagos. Cool. I'm like, Dad.
Have you seen Stranger Things on Netflix?
No. I heard that it's the most watched. The new season is the most watched. This is looking kind of like a B-wing, but the new season's the most watched show on Netflix, or second most watched.
Well, we don't have Netflix, so there you go.
Yeah. I don't have Netflix, so.
Isaac wants to know, have you ever seen Disney's Treasure Planet? Oh boy, have we.
Yeah. Disney's Treasure Planet holds a sweet spot in our family's
Top 10 movies.
Yeah. That one, they like Atlantis. They're way into, way more than I've ever been into. Princess and the Frog. Like that soundtrack's going all the time.
Our 16-year-old loves the movie Ratatouille.
Yeah. He's always like, what's the best animated film and why is it Ratatouille?
When he turned 15 or 16, I can't remember, 15, his sister threw him a surprise Ratatouille party
That's right.
in the backyard. A socially distanced surprise Ratatouille party. Everybody had chef's hats. It was pretty funny.
I forgot about that. That was good.
All spread out. Anyway.
We're gonna put some sort of engine here. But we need a cockpit or like a crew quarter that looks interesting here.
Hey, do you have specific Photoshop settings or brush settings or tips for drawing on Photoshop? Do you buy presets?
The only special brushes I use are, if we go in here, I use a bunch, like I use these regular basic hard rounds. And then I have a couple inking from Kyle's brushes. And then this particular pencil that I'm using is a pencil I bought off of someone a long time ago. I don't know where I got it. I can't remember. I don't know much about it. And I've tried to replicate it many times. But it, try to like, this might even be an altered version of the original brush. So this is like I guess a custom brush.
Isaac loves the solar sail ships from Treasure Planet. They really are cool.
Yeah.
Austin says his son Jacob's favorite movie is Tarzan. We quote that one a lot.
Okay, so this is, we're just gonna put this ship over here.
It does look like a spider with something like a chopstick in its mouth or something. It looks like a spider's body.
Yeah, we're gonna do another ship, and we're gonna do a method called the silhouette method.
Isaac says if I could draw like Treasure Planet, there's no way I would be complaining as much. Benjamin says, I always have trouble drawing engine parts. They always end up looking too busy and weird. Yeah, Jake Shatterbrains wants to know, has anyone seen Titan AE?
Yeah. Titan AE had some cool ships. That was actually my first job was working on that movie. I was in the in-between department, which essentially was animation helpers. Also, I didn't respond to the movies. I forget who it was that's the director or the TV shows. Mm-hmm. But I've seen some of those and good job. Good job on those.
Michael says, I've always enjoyed ships based on bugs or insects like Shiro or Miyazaki. Are Miyazaki's ships based on I mean, do they look like bugs?
Yeah, like the ones from Castle in the Sky. They're like dragonfly kind of.
Disney's Robin Hood was my favorite growing up. Man, I get that song stuck in my head after the kids watch it, and I cannot shake it loose. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I didn't mean don't watch it. I meant you don't start singing it.
Right.
Braden says, I'm a junior in high school. Do you have any advice for aspiring artists in high school?
Yeah. So, like at this stage, learn your fundamentals. Like learn how to do perspective, learn how to do light and shadow, learn like line, like why you want to do heavy lines and light lines, like understand line weight, learn composition, all the things that your teacher is hopefully going to be teaching you. You're going to want to, you're just going to want to practice and get to know, because one of the frustrating things I taught at the college level, one of the frustrating things is to have these students show up wanting to be professional artists, and I'm still having to teach them basic fundamental stuff that that they should have picked up by now. And what's interesting is I've always kind of got, this is what happened when I was at school, is I realized something dawned on me. I'm like word soup right now, but is he gonna have a point? Is he gonna have a point? It was this.
We just started 11 different sentences and didn't end any of them.
Here, let me take a deep breath and tell you what I want to say. When I taught at the university, our building, we shared our building. It was the Fine Arts Center. The Fine Arts Center, so we shared it with the anybody who's doing music. There was theater, there was dance, and there was artists, like all the visual arts, right? So painters and animators and illustrators, all that stuff. And I would sometimes, like the bathroom was down around the corner, and you had to pass all of these like practice rooms for the people who were learning violin or learning piano or something like that. And I'd go past them, and they're just playing these magnificent, like really advanced pieces. And I was like, it dawned on me, like, oh, these students, they've been practicing very specific piano lessons every day of their life for the last 16 years or whatever, right? They learned their fundamentals the first few years they started playing piano, and they just built on that because no one just handed them a piano or a violin and said,
"You're artsy.
You're musically inclined. Make up a song." And that's what happens in kindergarten, and that's what happens in art classes, and any sort of like art assignment. Is there's very few times where you're like handed a painting or a drawing or something and told, try to replicate this as close as possible using these principles of perspective and composition and light and shadow. And you get that all the time in piano lessons where they're like, here, play this song perfectly. And learning, you kind of learn composition, you learn the scales, you learn all those kinds of things. And so I just think that some artists are done a disservice by just being told, like, follow your whimsy and just create whatever you want. So my advice to you in high school is learn the fundamentals. You'll be able to follow your whimsy later, and you'll be better at it, better for following your for learning your fundamentals. And that's really what I would focus on. Of course, do stuff that you think is fun. Like, if you want to draw comic book characters or you want to draw anime characters or whatever, do that too. But put them in a picture that has good composition, good lighting and shadow, good rendering and perspective and stuff like that. And yeah, see if you like it. See if it works for you.
Okay. That was good. You pulled it all together. A couple of questions while you were talking.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a robot design used in The Force Awakens where they are walking up to the building that Maz
I know exactly the robot you're
is
talking
located
about.
at?
And no, that wasn't my robot. But when I saw it, I thought, oh, one of those concept artists definitely has seen my work.
And you were very complimented.
I was very
upset.
complimented. I wasn't upset. Here's the thing, though. Do I think they were actually like riffing off of stuff I do? No. I think what happens is we're all drinking from the same well. We're all looking at a lot of the same movies, and we have the same influences. And so sometimes people are gonna draw the same conclusions.
Is there a giant JP on your face?
Only when it's that small.
Oh, okay. So is that what people are saying? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is Alexander's advice?
Some of the best advice I ever received was to finish your thought. If you know the drawing or animation is going nowhere, finish it, get it out of your head, then learn what not to do next time. Isaac says you make a good point. It's best to listen to music while drawing. Are you going to draw all of these?
No, I'm just going to pick one. And
that one looks like maybe you stepped on something.
It was a bug.
What hour of the day do you feel most productive to create a character?
Probably after my run and before my lunch. So that's usually in the morning.
When you first sit down to finish stuff? And are you going to be doing a sketchbook tour anytime soon?
That'd be a good idea for a live stream. Yeah, we should do a live stream sketchbook tour. Or maybe I'll do a YouTube video of it.
Braden wants to know if you have any tips to learn how to draw machines and little technical bits, which I learned what the technical bits are called.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember?
Or something. It's something like weevils. Greebles.
Greebles. She got it.
I still think you made
She
that
got it.
So do you have any tips on learning to draw all that crud?
Greebles and things like that.
By the way, Michael votes for that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going to do one more over here. Then we're going to letter them, and we'll let you guys vote.
Have you ever tried creating a webcomic before?
No, I haven't. And I'll get to, just to answer that question, I'll get to the how do you
learn how to draw the bits?
The
when
bits.
You're doing it?
Yeah, when I'm doing it.
Have you, Sosai wants to know, have you ever heard of solar punk or seen any of the artwork surrounding it? It's like steampunk that's geared towards sustainability and environmental technologies.
No, but that sounds rad.
Awesome.
Yeah. Dog wants to be at my feet down here. He just went underneath the table.
We are one of those hippie families that's always trying to find ways to save the planet. Probably to offset the fact that we had 5 children.
Hey, more brains to solve problems. That's what I say. Okay, here we go. We're going to do A, B,
I don't know what he wants.
C, D. He wants me to scoot back so he can, like, sit down. There you go, Walter.
I like that you just changed your entire setup.
E,
to the dog.
F, G,
Have you seen
H.
Ghost in the Shell anime movie? I haven't even heard of that. Somebody else, Kara, says it's brilliant.
Okay, pick one, A through H.
Penny,
Which
what do you
one
think?
do you want me to move
I like
forward
F.
with?
Or A.
B looks like a bunny.
E or F. So as what I'm going to do is put little tick marks as they come in. So A got 1.
Well, I think you should time it.
E,
Like 30
F.
seconds or
Okay, and then you look at your watch.
Oh my gosh.
They got
Okay,
1
ready,
minute.
go.
E or F,
Oh my
H, H,
Have
B.
Penny read them to you. Which
Okay.
One you on? Which one were you on?
A or F,
Okay. Start reading it from there, Penny.
A, H,
H,
E,
E,
H,
H,
G,
G,
G, G, G, H, D,
D got 1.
A,
A, F, C, B, H.
C
H F C
C with an exclamation point.
B.
So circle that guy.
H
G
G.
G
G G
D F H B H
H H.
Ready?
F.
Stop.
Okay.
Oh, we got
A
A.
had like 14 behind it. Austin says H.
So it's H. H is the winner.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
which is good because that's the one I want to do.
That was some really, really good group participation, everybody. All these people who haven't said a word are suddenly typing in an answer.
Then you're gonna draw it really detailed or something.
Yeah. So now what we do?
How many did you have on there? What was the last letter?
Almost 10 for that one.
Because Michael O'Hare just said J.
He-
There's no.
Look at Joe Nathan did a ton of H's.
Good
It's
job,
funny.
everybody.
All right, so now we're gonna. What I do is you take it and you blow it up big. So step one, if you're following along at home and you want to make your own spaceship, step one is you do silhouettes. You kind of just scribble something out. You find some interesting shapes. Step two is pick one and then you blow it up. And then you're gonna drop it down. And we're just using this for just reference. We're not going to go exact. What's so funny?
Austin said, "Got to put down that sandwich and vote." What happened on SBS that you guys were talking about sandwiches? If you
Good
guys
job.
had been over at SBS, they were
Yeah,
voting on
SBS
something.
on our critique arena. So for the last 20 critique arenas,
Keep going.
thank you. For the last 20 critique arenas, anytime I was voting, I want, a 90% participation rate, right? And we'd be at 87 or whatever, and I'd just say, okay, stop what you're doing, put down your sandwich, click on a vote. And finally, like this last time, that just became like, it hit that,
You'd said it enough.
I'd said enough time that it really stuck. Okay, there's going to be some sort of, excuse me, something going on right here.
Daniel says, "Step one, start drawing. Step two, don't stop drawing."
Yeah. It's going to be another engine. So we got two different engines on here.
We're still talking about sandwiches. Kira and I yesterday, while we were waiting for you to start that
Mm-hmm.
stream that never happened, we talked about sourdough bread
Oh, yeah.
and sourdough tortillas.
Okay, so there's going to be stuff going on right here. And then I'm debating whether or not to put the cockpit up front here.
Well, if you get out and the engine's still on, you're gonna get toasted.
Literally. We're going to put like communications stuff down there.
You're welcome. I got everybody talking about sourdough bread again.
Thank you.
Hi, Melissa. Melissa says, "Good afternoon."
What if, like, back there's the droid thing?
The whole droid holder.
Yeah.
It's like a cup holder, but a droid holder.
See, at this point too, I'm just adding weird lines because it's just visual stuff, visual placeholders for interestingness.
Do you ever... Okay, wait. Couple of questions. How did you stumble on this method of making things as complicated as spaceships? Micah wants to know.
So essentially what it was like I'm just gonna pull up something here really quick. We're gonna go to Pinterest, and I just want to show you like my machines, engines, and
Engines.
yeah,
Engines.
engines. You guys got to witness my wife correcting my speech, which happens all the time. So you go and you find, like, look at these are like overused or retired robot arms. And here we have like a cell phone tower, right? There's little platforms for people to stand on, and then piping and stuff. You got here. This is so this is like a GE, how they test their engines to see how much sound they make, I think.
But back to the question, how did you come up
Yes.
with your method? Was it because you liked
So-
the silhouette?
So no, well, I think what he's wanting to know is where do you come up with the complicated
parts of it?
complicated parts. So let's just look at this. We'll look at this image right here. Now you notice on it, it's got a very open blank space and a very simple shape right here, and another very simple shape. It's a sphere, a cylinder, another cylinder. This basically is a cube made up of tinier, smaller cubes, and a cone, right? And so I could see it in those basic shapes. And then you kind of look and you see what are all the tinier shapes that make up the bigger shapes. And so that's how you got to start looking at everything around you, is noticing what's, what are the basic shapes? What are the smaller shapes? What is their relationship to each other? And that's sort of what I'm thinking when I'm kind of this. So I have a big shape.
Okay.
I have a, very simple basic shapes. And then I'm filling in it with tinier little bits.
That was a good translates to other people's work answer.
Good.
All right. Do you ever get bothered about hard SF versus soft SF? What does that mean?
Hard sci-fi versus soft sci-fi. So hard sci-fi is like
Fully unrealistic?
Hard sci-fi is very, very grounded in reality. So
So it's the opposite of what you think. And soft sci-fi is
soft
just like
sci-fi
it's
is
all
like,
anything goes.
here we've got a
Cat that flies and shoots bubbles out its nose.
right,
Okay.
exactly.
Can you draw a cat that flies and shoots bubbles out?
Yeah. So what's the question? Do you ever get
Bothered by it? Bothered about whether it's
The only thing that I care about is if one story can't settle on whether it's hard sci-fi or soft sci-fi. So it has to all work. What's going on?
Sorry, I'm just gonna make them go upstairs.
They're not bugging.
Can't hear it?
I don't think so. So this right here, if it's in the yellow, that's like the good range.
Oh, okay.
So when you say, go ahead and say something.
Well, hello there.
So you're coming in a little quiet, and I'm coming a little louder.
Loud. Okay.
So
okay. I just want to make sure you guys
like,
can't hear the kids arguing about
you
what
can't
to
even
do.
can't even like hear
Okay.
me snapping over here. Actually, can you hold down the fort? I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's see if I can answer any of these questions. Probably not. Hi, Jake's family. You should see when Jake draws. He's got now the dog at his feet. He's got his two youngest standing behind him. All the older kids are gone. Cheese antenna topper with the communication stuff. Pizza sauce, this is not the first time you've suggested an antenna. I want to see your car. Do you have all those extra antennas stuck to the top? Jake, do you ever print out your digital line art to color traditionally? Yeah, I've seen you do that. If you ink first, right?
I've done that. Yeah.
And if you do, what kind of printer is best for this?
All right, printer. I'm allegiant to Epson's. I think they make the best printer, regardless of what size or what model you get. If you're getting an Epson, you're getting like Epson technology, and so
So they're all good?
they're all good. They're all gonna work. So I would recommend an Epson. Same with their scanners too. Epson scanners all work great, big or small. you'll do just fine with that. And this, I'm not like sponsored by Epson or anything.
But
either.
you wouldn't say no. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
How do you get over art insecurities? Braden wants to know.
I think here's something that dawned on me, and it was this. You're in this. I realized this like in high school, but even more so recently, and that is, it doesn't matter how well you draw. It only matters like how true to yourself, like your actual abilities you're being, right? So
You're not trying to be somebody else.
don't try to be the insecurities come when you're trying to be somebody else, when you're trying not to be who you are. So like if you go way back, I mean, look at like Gary Larson, who does Far Side back in the 90s. Look at Matthew Inman, who does The Oatmeal more currently. Both of them, I wouldn't say are amazing artists. However,
they're both geniuses.
But they're both geniuses, and their art is just the art that you need for what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
You look at The Simpsons by Matt Groening, like that style isn't the most incredible style, but it's perfect for what it needs to be accomplished, and they embrace that like simplistic, very
yeah. Not everybody needs cheekbones kind of a thing.
right. So what I would do is just figure out what your style is, figure out what works for you,
What you like creating.
and then go. And I want to say too that style isn't what you do on purpose. It's like the wonky stuff that you do. And
That's what I'm going to start saying when I ruin something. Oh no, that's my style.
I mean, it really is. Like, I look at Jack Kirby, and I used to really not like Jack Kirby's stuff, and I was just like, his anatomy's wrong, his faces are like really kind of off-putting a little bit, and I just never got into it. And then one point I realized, like, I read a biography on him, and I really got to like have an appreciation for him as a creator, and once I did that, I like really appreciated the energy he was bringing to comics, where he wasn't doing the right bicep muscle or the right thigh muscle, but what he was doing was eliciting an emotion with the work that he was creating, and that's more powerful than drawing, really cool.
Lots of nice people just saying hello on here, talking about their printers. Somebody asked, do I do any art? No, I do not. Jake, Star Wars versus Star Trek. Do you prefer one over the other?
Okay, so I prefer Star Wars. I've always been a Star Wars guy, and that's because I've always been more of a adventure type of guy. Like in my stories, I really like adventure, and Star Wars has always been, or Star Trek has always been way more cerebral. Like what's great about Star Trek is they take an idea, they take a social situation or some sort of like problem, and they just look at it from really interesting analytical viewpoints, and it's great for a TV budget traditionally. And so I think Star Trek definitely has its place, and I appreciate for that. And I do watch Star Trek. I think they're good. That's why I really like the J.J. Abrams Star Treks, because they felt like this nice mix between the two.
It was more arty. It was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Interesting.
So I'm more of a Star Wars guy, but Star Trek, I don't cast any shade on it. I think it's great too.
We in fact had a neighbor who lived across the street in our last neighborhood.
We got a backer.
Hey,
Michael O'Hara
O'Hare.
backed it. Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying?
The older couple, they were probably in their 70s or 80s, and he had a Star Trek onesie pajamas that we saw him
Oh,
in his
yeah.
front yard in one time.
Yep.
Caleb says, Mr. Parker, I made art challenge on Instagram of that paper fold drawing game you and one of your kids played. Remember, you would fold it in half. Somebody draws the bottom half of some sort of character.
Yeah.
And then right above the fold, put the two lines where the drawing would meet the top half. And you hand it to the person upside down, so all they see is where their drawing should start, and they draw the top half, and then you get to unfold it and see what you come up with together. We still do that.
Just want to pop in here and check on the Spaceships Kickstarter. So that's the main thing I'm promoting right now. I am an independent artist, which means like my income comes from stuff like these Kickstarters. And it just tickles me that like 829 people want to support a book about spaceships. So, and want to support a book about spaceships they've never seen before.
Right.
Like if it was,
Flipping through it in Barnes & Noble.
yeah, if it was like Star Trek's, the Enterprise and the X-Wings, I totally understand that. But these people are like just great to me. So
You're actually paying for like our health insurance.
yes, paying for all that kind of stuff. I just want to show you two. We have a stretch goal that we're very close to getting, and that's I Love Spaceships bookmark. Allison says it should be a bumper sticker. I'm going to look at the cost at what a bumper sticker like this would cost, and we might do that. But
I would put that. I don't even love spaceships, and I would put that on the back of my car.
so when we get to 900 backers, every person who backs the Kickstarter at the book level, book and above, is going to get one of these, one of those things. We also have artwork that's for sale. These ones actually sold today. I didn't get a chance to update them, but yeah. So let's get back to, shall we get back to drawing our spaceship? That was our service
Benjamin
announcement.
says, this is really sweet. I am saving side money to back the signature edition.
Oh, thank you so much.
Kelly Lane, proud to back it. Love your work. I told you, this is just a lot of nice people. Riley Burgess, how do you get out of art block?
Yeah, so the main problem there is knowing what's causing the art block, and that could be anything. So my answer, I could say, oh yeah, just go read books, and that might not.
There's a good answer.
Oh,
Sorry.
hey, that's Kyle Webster. Hey, Kyle, how you doing? Thanks
Take
for
walks,
thanks for
try
joining
other
us.
creative activities for an hour, music, sewing, sculpting, building. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Right.
Visit a museum, take stuff in.
But it goes back to like, is this just I don't know what to draw today, or is this I haven't been able to draw for 6 months. Something's really, really blocking me. And what I would say is, you are at your best. Artists are creating at their best when they're the most balanced in their life. And so what I mean by that is you have time for creation, but you also have time for absorption or filling your creative bank account. You have time for spending time with others, but then you also have time alone in your studio to make things. And really, like, what is art if not to process and to digest your experiences in life. So it might be sometimes, and it goes back to Kyle's answer, when you take walks, when you do other creative activities, it sort of fills you up so that you can
Have something left to give.
have some. I always look at art too as like exhaling. So, you could try right now. Go just see how long you can blow out. You could maybe do it for a minute, and then you have to like take a deep breath, right? And you do that too much, you'll pass out. And so that's what burnout is. And I think that's where people get art block. And so what I say is just have a steady, even breath. Sometimes you're going to be more out of breath. Sometimes you're going to not, but constantly be creating, exhaling, and absorbing, and living your life inhaling.
And I say clean your room, because it's really hard to create anything positive when your life is chaos.
That's true. Like when all else fails, organize and clean up. So like the other day I was just like tapped out. I didn't know what else to work on, what else to create. So I started organizing my markers. And that worked for like a good 20 minutes, but then it turned into like a bigger project, and I ended up hiring my daughter to to finish doing that for me. So, yeah, that was a very long answer to a very short question.
Have you heard of the book called The Art of NASA?
Yes, actually, I flipped through it once, and it is on my to-get list at some point, someday. All right, we got ourselves a spaceship here, I think. I just want to try one thing. We're going to just mess with something. What if...
Can I ask you a question while you're doing this?
Yeah.
Do you still use those moleskin here?
Kahie, I think.
Sketchbooks?
Yes and no. Like, the last couple years, I haven't been in my sketchbook a lot. And so I've been wanting to finish those sketchbook that I'm using before I use another one of the Kahies, if that's pronounced right. And so once I'm done with that sketchbook, I'll use a Kahie. But like, I've been so focused on like just, I run a business too with a couple other artists, svslearn.com. I run, like, I got a lot of freelance work. And so like just drawing in my sketchbook has really taken a back seat to like getting stuff done. So, so I haven't been using the sketchbook a ton lately. Okay. What do you think of this? That versus that.
Wait. Do it again. This versus... I like that one better.
Like the tall
I don't
one?
know. The flat thing on the bottom seems kind of squatty. Like, it doesn't look flyish. It looks more sit on the groundish.
Sit on the groundish.
Because, like, this is flat and this is flat, but I am not artsy, so ask them. And I want to start using the word flyish.
Flyish. Okay, so what if we take this off? And we just did like a wing.
Like a rudder?
Yeah, like a rudder.
Kelly says the silhouette looks better on the original. I don't know.
She's right. It's a clear silhouette, but this is sleeker.
Somebody says the wider second one.
This one?
I don't know. Second one.
Okay, guess what we're doing? Put down your sandwiches, everybody.
Okay, wait a minute. Which one is A and which one is B?
Okay, there we go. This is B. This is A.
Okay, ready? You have 30 seconds.
A
Go.
and B.
All right, I'm going to count.
B. Should I put them right next to each other?
Yeah, that would help. And you already have, like... Oh, my gosh. Okay, hold on. Don't vote yet. All right. A, ready? Go.
Okay. A.
Hold on, I'm counting here. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, we're not going to do tick marks?
No, I'm counting.
Okay. What I'm seeing some... Okay, I won't talk. I'm just quietly. Quiet.
Time. B wins.
B wins. All right. The bees have spoken. Okay. Let's just see what it looks like, bees. Sorry, we're gonna...
All those A's just turned you off and went to have
You're
a
like,
sandwich.
Done. Was it pretty close, though?
Yeah. Whoever O Dargo O is thinks I'm not smart enough to see this. Could you take the big engine underneath so you have a trade of engines?
A triad.
Triad. I can't see. The pole is in the way. You realize this is why I'm doing this.
Oh, yeah.
2 normal on top and then the big one. B with rudder. A wins. B.
We could do something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
What do you land on? Does it just like hover?
It's just a floater. You know, like
something you find in your water bottle?
Yeah. Or in the pool.
Gross.
Maybe we do like that.
Looks more flyy.
Oh, you know what we need? You know what else we can do? Look at that.
I actually like that better.
Me too.
Have you read the comic Wallace the Brave? It's a lot like Calvin and Hobbes. Wallace the Brave. Never
I
heard
haven't, but I have watched Wallace and Gromit.
I don't think that's what they meant.
So what if we did a cockpit up here? And we turn this down here into...
It could be named after the bugs that walk on water. Water bugs. How about Battletech artwork? Have you seen any of the Battletech artwork?
Oh, possibly. It's not ringing a bell.
Now we're cooking with gas.
That looks cool, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah. I like it better.
Sweet. You guys are awesome. Thanks for... Wait, I'm the one that came up with turning it upside down.
You're awesome, Jake.
I'm awesome. You know, what we're gonna do in here is just make this an open guts section. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Now that we've got this going like this,
So can the ship flip upside down to, or is it just always that right side up? Can it fly both ways?
I mean, in space there's no up, or down, so you can do whatever it wants.
All right.
It's not an atmospheric ship, but when it enters an atmosphere,
Okay, you're nerding it out.
this is
honey.
what.
Keep drawing. MF wants to mention the Discord. So you have.
Yes, I have a Discord. I'm gonna put a link to it in the chat. If you guys want to join up, go ahead and hit this link right here. And it says this link won't ever expire, so whatever. We'll see here. But go ahead and join the Discord and introduce yourself. And what the whole purpose of the Discord is to be a place where people can just like share creative stuff and talk about creative things. And
There's less stinkers on there than on Instagram, right?
yeah, pretty much.
Andrew wants to know, do people who make Star Wars ships do the similar thing you were doing? Do you know anybody who makes Star Wars ships?
Yeah, they do. And a lot of the contemporary concept artists actually will do what I'm doing, but digital, but in 3D.
Oh.
So there's some of that. They'll also do the scribbling stuff. You can look in any of the art of books, and they'll show a lot of their like process work and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna drop down this, and we're gonna go in now, and
I just have to make sure the kids put sunblock on before they do swim team.
oh, okay. We're just gonna go in here now. We're gonna like really figure out what all the lines are gonna look like. We might even switch to Kyle's classic cartoonist brush. Shout out to Kyle if he's still in there. And we're gonna keep with the orange. But the reason I like using this brush is it gives you a lot of like line variation. And I never want my lines to be like too uniform. Okay, Do you guys know about the? Do you know about the 70-30 rule? Okay, I'm going to let you in a little secret. You may have heard of this. Sometimes we call it the 80-20 rule. I like to call it the 70-30 rule. And what is this? So we're going to make a square here. No. You know what we're going to do? We're going to make something like that. Okay? We're going to divide it up into 10 parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? All right. So what is 70%? 70% is this. 30% is this. Okay? So the 70-30 rule, and this is a design principle, and I'm letting you into a little secret here that professionals know and nobody else does. No, I'm just kidding. You probably already heard of it. Essentially is you want your detail to favor one or the other. Okay, so for example, on this particular thing, I'm just going to add in little detail here, 30% of it. And I'm going to take away detail, the 70% of it. All right. Now we've got something interesting happening here. We've got a place for the eye to rest and a place for the eye to be like focused and think of things. Okay. Sosai says, I'm a residential designer and I utilize 70-30 rule from one of your videos all the time when I'm designing exteriors. Thank you so much. That's right. And Benjamin says 70% space, 30% detail. You guys got this. You guys know about this. So you could see here, even on this, this applies across the board on everything. So you look at this, 70% space, 30% detail. Let's go into here. We're going to do the same thing here. Detail, space. We're going to do this. Detail, space. And we're going to do it here too.
So, did you read this? I'm a residential designer.
Yeah, I read that one. So even in our detail section, maybe we'll reverse it. We've got this mix up between detail and space. And then if you even go in tighter, you're going to do the same thing here. So here we have 70% of this is space, 30% is detail. But then this thing is mixed up between space and detail. And you just do that. It's like fractals, okay? And if you look at the overall design, we've got big areas of space, 30% detail. Big area of space, 30% of detail. 70% space, 30% detail. It's just happening over and over and over again. And that's like my top secret to design.
It's not top secret anymore.
It isn't. Please don't share that with anybody. Just kidding. Pass it on. People need to know this. There's so much bad design out there. You know, we're going to have a little tube coming in the back there. So the kids are going swimming?
So, you know how I forgot to sign the kids up for swim team?
Yes.
Because my life is a mess.
Yes.
So I hired our 18-year-old to teach and train the two youngest since they're missing an entire year of swim team because I missed the sign up. She is their coach for this summer. Brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. Gives everybody something to do.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like she's doing a better job
than some of the coaches did last year. I know. It's true. The only thing is, I don't like sending her to that public pool in the middle of the day because there's a creepy old guy who keeps following her when she's there and like swimming right next to her and asking her where she lives. And I've had to teach her how to say, back off.
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel good. Although I wouldn't mess with her.
Yeah, she is pretty scary. Pizza Sauce says, "Can you zoom out real fast? My dad wants to see the spaceship."
There we are. Show your dad.
And Pizza Sauce is here and a contributing commenter who's very kind and polite every time, so you should do it for him.
Yes. You guys should meet Pizza Sauce's dad, which is Pepperoni, and Pizza Sauce's mom, which is mozzarella cheese. And then we got Granny Crust.
Some mushrooms in there. You guys should all know about Jake. He eats pineapple on pizza.
Oh, yeah. And proud of it, too.
He's been kicked out of some really nice pizza place.
My kids, every time I order
Hawaiian.
a Hawaiian pizza, they're just like, Dad.
And yet they eat it.
They end up eating it because it's good. Because it's actually good.
His dad liked it.
Okay. Papa Pizza Sauce, thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it.
This should be... Okay, first of all, Creative Face says, "I like how soft your lines look." And Benjamin says, "This should be the ship the Grand Inquisitor uses in Obi-Wan." And Pizza Hut, the Hut is their uncle. Okay, that was very clever.
Pizza Hut. When was the last time we had Pizza Hut?
20 years ago?
We just do Papa Murphy's.
Well, there was a really, really good pizza place. We only got it 2 or 3 times because it was incredibly expensive. It was these 2 brothers. But then one of them died from COVID, and so they closed the whole restaurant down because his surviving brother, couldn't bear to keep the restaurant open without him. And it was the best pizza. And it just, the whole thing made me so sad. Not for me, but for their family. Oh, when will you come to Italy to eat a true pizza? Alberto wants to know. Tomorrow.
Alberto?
We're coming.
You make me a pizza and let me stay the night at your house.
Our youngest is all about visiting Italy. She told me she wants to learn Italian. She's trying to do it her own on her own. She's not in any classes or anything. She's been doing it online, trying to learn Italian. She's 12 because she wants to go and live there.
That's amazing.
I can't quite see that. Lots of pineapple people.
All right. Pineapple. My pineapple people.
Do you have any tips on developing a fantasy graphic novel idea?
Yeah, and actually there's 3 ways into a graphic novel. There's story, there's situation, and there's character. And all of them are valid, though I think you get best results when you have strong characters. So if you're doing a fantasy, it's very important to have like the world figured out and fleshed out, but not so fleshed out that you neglect.
You get lost in details.
Yeah, you neglect like the important events and characters that need to happen. So you need to like design something, come up with something that actually reinforces some of the themes and story ideas that you want to do in your comic. That's why like with Skyheart, it takes place on a world that's actually broken, because I wanted the world itself to like symbolize kind of what's going on culturally around that world. I feel like a lot of things are broken with our Earth as well. And if you're not telling stories that aren't applicable to what people are going through right now,
nobody will care.
People have a harder time caring, right? So, what if our Earth was, well, it is, a lot of things are broken, both with the environment and also just with politics and people and stuff. But, what if it was very visually like that was a problem? That was what I kind of did with Skyheart. So yeah, then you figure, are you more into characters? Are you more into situations? Are you more into environments? And find what works for you, and then make sure that what you're doing supports the other aspects of it.
Okay, really fast, because the question's about to leave. When do you apply the 70% detail and 30% to blank? To space.
To space?
Well, I don't know how to scroll back up. Scroll back up, because somebody said same question as Andrew.
When do you apply 70% detail and 30% no detail? I thought I explained it pretty well. I'm applying it right now.
Okay, wait a minute. O'Dargo puts tuna on his pizza.
To each his own. Alberto says, of course, Jake, I've a place invited in the past. Other artists with Twitter from USA was a super experience. I'm staying near Venice. Let me know I'm serious.
Tell me we have 5 kids.
Maybe just you and me go.
Okay. Penny would kill us. I've
True.
read your Missile Mouse comics before. One of the things I remember was when Missile Mouse was all energy-like. I didn't know it was you who drew the comic.
Thank you. That
You
was.
love hearing that somebody
love
as a
hearing
kid
it.
loved Missile Mouse.
Love it.
Are you working on anything Sky Hardy right now?
No, because I'm really focused on like the Redshift Renegades universe. So Skyheart's taking a little bit of a backseat
Okay.
to that.
Somebody is a big fan of Lord Balderben. They say, hello, it's Doodlehound.
Doodlehound.
Do you know who that is?
I've seen Doodlehound around. That's for sure.
Will there be a Skyheart Volume 2?
Someday, yes. And I think now it's time to just remind people about the Kickstarter.
Somebody else said Party at Alberto's house.
Party at Alberto's. Alberto, let us know. Did you like Luca? Was that a good
Representation
Yeah,
of Italian.
because it was made by an Italian.
We loved it. We've watched it so many times.
Okay, so we're at 831 backers. We've gone up. How many backers since we last checked? 2, I think.
I wasn't here when you checked it. It was like 820 last time I checked it.
So yeah, this is what's going on right now. This is Kepler's Intergalactic Guide to Spaceships. This is Kepler. This is the book, 128 pages. This is the kind of stuff you're going to see in the book. It actually has a comic story that's kind of woven in between everything. Got some great rewards coming in here. You're going to get a book plate and a bookmark set all together. This is the signature edition. Whoops. Let's bring that back. There we go. And stickers approved by my family. Took me five
designs
tries.
were rejected soundly.
Yes, but these are all approved. We've got the pin, spacing out, and the print set. And then every day, not every day, as this one actually sold. That one sold today too, yeah. I've been releasing artwork originals for sale. So this one that I'm doing today might end up on there tomorrow.
Benjamin's a fan of those bookmarks.
Thank you. So please go back to Kickstarter if you haven't already. Those of you that have, pat yourself on the back and
just know that we think you're fantastic.
Feel good about it.
Andrew wants to know, do most of your protagonists you draw or have drawn have animal-like traits? Seems like it.
Yeah, they do. Where are we at here? Okay, we're at. Yeah, so I had this idea, like, with Missile Mouse, that the whole universe is like stems from this crazy experiment to populate, to terraform a planet and send a bunch of our animals there so that we could have another planet for humans to live on with all of our animals and everything. And something happened, and those technology or something turned them into their own, like, race of creatures that are all animal based. So that's how we have missile mice and how we have like bat creatures and stuff like that. I don't know if this is absolutely canon, but it was just an idea that I had. So anytime I'm going and making an alien, I'm always like, what animal would make a good basis for an alien?
What's the difference between like an original main character and just a side character? Like, what do you put any different thought into it?
In the design? Or like...
Just in an original character, do you base it on something you see and then you kind of
Oh, yeah.
mess with it a bit?
Yeah, like they have to, more than anything, they have to be just appealing. They have to look good.
Jake watches a lot of like Earth documentaries and stuff like that too, so he has a lot of that floating around in his head. This drawing you're drawing is going to go into the book?
Yeah, it'll end up in the book.
Pizza Sauce has a good idea because obviously neither of us can remember anything. We should write down the number of backers at the start of the stream next time.
Oh.
If we could find a pencil and some paper or something.
There's no way. There's no way we could do that. Good job, Pizza Sauce. You're hired for your brains.
Actually, you're going to write down the number at the beginning of the next stream.
Did you guys notice that? 70% space, 30% detail.
Wait a minute. Orbital hub. DuckTales in space. Is that a thing? Or is that something he just thought of? Is DuckTales in space a thing they're making?
Is it?
I don't know. He says DuckTales in space sounds cool. Did you just make that up or is that actually being made? I don't think they should mess with DuckTales.
I'd watch that. I actually would like to watch the current DuckTales.
Alex says, I've noticed the images we can see on the Kickstarter that the description of the saucer and the raven are the same. Is that a mistake?
It's a placeholder. It's just a placeholder. I didn't think you'd notice.
Love Earth documentaries. BBC's Planet Earth. We've watched those a lot.
Yeah. Are you guys watching Prehistoric Earth? We've been doing one episode every Sunday.
Oh, that's Orbital Hub's idea. My idea.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You should draw it. Show us a picture.
Yeah. Orbital Hub, that's your assignment?
DuckTales in space. Space pirate hamster. Okay. All the ships you've drawn since starting the Kickstarter that you've done streams of drawing, those are all going in the book, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. A bunch of them are. And their backgrounds probably aren't going in the book. So I'm going to cut them out of their backgrounds just to keep with the style. Okay, we've got exposed engine parts there. Look at this. 70% space, 30% detail. I'm telling you guys, that's the secret.
Benjamin likes the one from the last stream. Which is the one you did last stream? The green guy?
Yeah. Thank you. It's called a Star Streamer. And I came up with that name because I drew it during the stream.
So technically they would all be Star Streamers.
Well, I've been calling the smaller ones Star Runners. And this one is probably I don't know.
All right, so would there ever be a reason to switch the 3070 and geek out on detail?
Yeah, as long as you just stay consistent. So go for it. Do the make the 70% detail version.
Just make sure it's not 100% detail. Hey, really fast. Alush wants to know, can he have permission to do a tattoo of skull? His wife would draw it on his thigh. Or her thigh.
Yeah. You permission granted. You just have to send
Picture.
send a picture when you're done.
Every once in a while, Jake will get an email with a picture of a tattoo of one of his characters, but we can't ever tell like what body part it is.
Yeah,
we're like, thank you for not zooming out just in case. I know you're a busy person, but if I put together an illustration portfolio, would you possibly look at it if I emailed it to you? I know you're too busy, but who should they email it to?
Will Terry. Here's the thing. I love helping out people when I can, but I've been beating myself up lately because, like, I have a friend. I told him I would call him last Thursday to give him advice on tabling at shows, and I just still haven't called, and I feel bad because it's like I get to the end of the day and I'm like,
you can't even remember your own name.
Yeah, so
we love you, but
yeah, I mean, nothing's stopping you from emailing it, and if I have
Braden, like people like Braden, who should they show stuff like that to?
That's the real problem.
Well,
like
teachers, other artists.
Okay, here's I just watched a video, and it was put in the Discord in our craft and commerce section, and the video said that the secret to success is the proximity principle, and the proximity principle is if you want to be doing something, you have to surround yourself with people who are doing it, and there's 5 different types of people that you need to watch out for. And if you're able to build this group of people around you, you're going to be more likely to be successful in that endeavor than if you're not. And proximity could mean physically. It really helps if you're like in the same town as these people, which is why a lot of people, who want to be world famous chefs will move to New York City or Los Angeles, right? Or people who want to be in the animation industry will move to LA, or people who want to be in finance
go to New York City.
Yeah. So these 5 people are first the professors, and it doesn't mean an actual professor, but a professor is a type of person who is going to teach, is good about teaching the craft of what it is. They're not
just saying what they like or don't like.
But no, they're more of like an educator. So you have that person in your life, whether you're paying them to teach you through school or whether you just have access to them to learn from them. You want a professor in your life. The next thing is you want a mentor. And a mentor is a person who is different from a professor, like a professor in that they know what they're doing, but different in that they very much have a one-on-one relationship with you. That might be the hardest one. The other type, and they're the one that's going to give it to you straight and say, here's where you're going off course, here's where you're staying on track. The next one is you're going to want a professional. This is a person who's in the business doing it. And they can kind of tell you on the ground what's happening in that profession, day to day. And then you're going to want peers. These are all people who are following the same path as you, because peers are essential to your success because it's the rising tide lifts all boats type of thing. So when they're successful, they can pass some of that success on to you, whether they hire you or pass on jobs that they couldn't take to you, or they pass on information that they've learned about the industry. Contacts they had, stuff like that. So what have we done? The professor, the professional, the peers, the mentor, and then the last one is the producer. And these are the more entrepreneurial types in this space. They're the ones who are working to. They're like they're the ones hiring the professionals and putting things into place. So you need to have one of those who you communicate with.
So when you say 5 types of people to look out for,
mm-hmm.
not in a bad way.
No, in a good way.
Okay.
In a good way.
I could come up with 5 kinds of people to look out for in a bad way.
Yeah. So
The disparager
right.
shoots down everything. Double parker.
Mm-hmm.
The person who doesn't put back their shopping cart. Do you have any convention plans for 22, 23? More 23.
Yeah, more 23. I want to get this book printed and then go out and hand sell a few copies at different shows. If I do go do them, I want to do Lightbox, and there's a show called Designer Con in Burbank and San Diego Comic-Con
They're all pretty close by.
and the ones in Arizona.
We liked the one in Denver a lot.
Absolutely go back to Denver. I have 2 friends that live there now.
What's the giant rudder thing on top? And then Jackie H says pizza oven.
This thing right here,
Well, that's what
this is
pizza oven.
a pizza oven.
Where you can make Hawaiian pizza all you want.
Yeah.
Looks like a cricket.
Okay, we now have one more engine.
I didn't say anything. We have a friend who it's not called remodel when you're doing their backyard, but they remodeled their backyard, like ripped out everything and put in new stuff. And they put in an honest to goodness gigantic pizza oven. And I have to say, I try really hard not to be jealous of what other people have.
Uh-huh.
I was so envious of that pizza oven. Like, I had definite envy running through me for a while there. Have you ever been to the Level Up Expo in Vegas?
No. Tell me about it. I don't think I've even heard of it.
Okay, next question. If you go to Lightbox, I will personally come and get my copy of this book signed and shake your hand. Wait, I thought Lightbox was the online one.
No, they're doing it in person now.
Oh. It should be an intergalactic pizza deliverer. I'd love to go to Designer Con. Give me any reason to come out west. Lightbox would be sweet too. Can you give a quick opinion on, and you might say no, on studios getting away with not paying for art tests? Well, you've been one of those who's done art tests trying to get a job.
Yeah. So
The studio doesn't get anything out of your art test
no, but they're essentially hiring you.
for 2 weeks.
Yeah. They should be paying. They should pay you for your work, for the work that they're having you do.
Because once you get to that point where they're asking you for a test, they've seen your portfolio.
Right. Like,
They should have some skin in the game too.
honestly, like, I wonder what I guess the art test is, just to make sure that they don't hire you and then realize you can't do
Can't produce anything.
the job. So I understand that. But yeah, you should be paid for it. The thing is, though, if sometimes you got to do free work. I know that's bad advice, and you shouldn't do it all the time, and you shouldn't do it if you can't afford to do it. But sometimes, and the caveat would be, like, I wouldn't do free work for
no benefit.
for no benefit.
Jake did a lot of work for no pay, but for exposure and to get his name out there in the beginning.
Yeah, and I got to say,
That was painful.
It was painful, and it did. Some of them did work. Some exposure promises, you have to like really you gotta do your homework on it. Like in this day and age where everybody has a social media account, like exposure
what it used to be.
isn't what it used to be. But before that was a possibility for you to easily on your own get access to, thousands of people.
You had to put something in a book, an anthology or something like that.
So like, yeah, that's a good example. Like the flight books, I did those for very little money. What it was,
nothing bad about the people putting them together. They
Yeah.
just didn't have a lot of money for them.
right. And it was more like, hey, we're all trying to learn how to do comics. Let's do this together. And maybe this could, this could turn into something, right? And so Flight was this anthology, a bunch of artists who had never drawn comics before, all working together to make like a cool comics anthology. Did it pay well? No. I mean, I maybe got $500 for a comic that I would do in there. However, it put me on the map. It put me on people's radar. It got me an agent. It got me a job, like a graphic novel deal, because they saw my comic in there and they're like, "What? We want to see more of this." It was Missile Mouse, right? And so, should I have been like, "No, I only work for this amount of money, and you guys can like, just run off a cliff, and this is how much I'm worth, and no, I'm not doing this," or do it and know that, hey, this could lead to something. At the very end of the day, even if I never got any of those job opportunities, I wanted to learn how to make comics and just wanted to associate with that crowd of people. And so it was worth it for me for that.
Okay, a couple questions. That's a good idea. Blank Page Illo says, "Do you want proximity and those 5 people sign up for SVS Learn?" That thing is awesome. That is full of a lot of good contacts.
Yep.
Benjamin says, if you want to learn tips for making money as an artist, watch Kesh's video. The ship should be called the Cheese Skipper. I second that.
The Cheese Skipper. Okay.
Jake's not going to go for that. Jackie says, "How do you keep up energy for social media and maintain so many different accounts?" You don't really have more than one account, do you?
I mean,
you have YouTube.
Well, you can see how many videos I posted this year, so I don't really stay up on YouTube. I mean, anything I post on Instagram, sometimes I'll post on Twitter, sometimes I won't. I'm not like, don't look at me as a shining example of how to do social media, because I don't feel like I'm winning at that. I feel like I'm just barely getting by on it. What I found has a lot of traction is doing live streams like this. So that's why I've been doing a lot of live streams lately. Because people really get to know your personality, and I think live streams play to my strengths. I'm kind of good at drawing live. I'm good at taking questions. I've thought about some things before, so I have answers to stuff. So you have to find the social media that plays to your strengths. If you're super funny and witty and good with quips, Twitter's good for that. If you're really good at doing like reels and making good short little video content, then TikTok and Instagram are going to be your place to go. Oh, most important step of this whole thing is to save your artwork. I haven't done that yet. Jeez. What are we calling this? The cheese
skipper.
Cheese skipper.
Jackie, you win. Oh no, Pizza Sauce says just colored 70% of my artwork and then found it was on the wrong layer.
What? I'm sorry.
In Tacoma, Washington, for $10, there's a Comic-Con called Grit City Comic Show. Might be a good place to show at. What do you recommend? Any specific art classes at BYU when Braden gets to college?
Braden. I need to. Let's talk about that for a second here. But while we're talking about that, I just want to pull this up. So we were at 131 last time. Did we write it down then?
No, that's pizza sauce's job.
Oh, okay.
What are we at? 8:32.
8:32.
I think that's what we were at.
Okay. So, essentially for BYU, I don't know what classes they're offering now, if it's different. I haven't taught there in 10 years.
But you do know some of the teachers who are good.
I know the teachers are good. And I mean, I don't know what you're wanting to study at BYU. The animation program's really good. The illustration program's, I think, pretty good. I don't have a definitive answer for what classes. Anything that can teach you fundamentals, if you haven't learned those yet. So, I would check that out. Okay, we got a Kickstarter here. Kepler's Intergalactic Guide to Spaceships. Thank you to everyone who has backed this project. These projects live and die by word of mouth, and artists live and die by their personal projects, right? Indie artists do. So I appreciate it. We're going to have everything about cool spaceships in this book. We've got some fantastic rewards lined up. These are Parker family approved stickers.
They were pretty bad before.
They were pretty bad before. My family all came in and gave me feedback, and we made some good stickers. The pin, this is maybe the one I'm most excited for. Spacing Out.
You know, when PBS would be showing cool stuff, and then they would have their telethon where they were trying to raise money. This feels like this when you come back to this. No, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying it feels like it.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have like a sparkly blazer
I know,
on
huh?
like they did.
Do you mind singing next?
I completely mind singing.
Okay, we've got some add-ons here. What I'm doing is selling original art. The cover art already sold. The cutaway drawing hasn't sold. The Lucky Star comic page hasn't sold. But every one of these, I haven't updated yet. This is sold today. These two sold today. I'm going to be posting more artwork as the Kickstarter progresses. And then the cool thing here is we're 70-ish, 68 people away from getting the I Love Spaceships bookmark. There's talk of it being a bumper sticker, so we might go.
It would be a fantastic bumper sticker.
We might go there with that. It could be a bookmark, and then the next one could be a window sticker for your car, like a window.
A window sticker is the same thing as a bumper sticker nowadays.
Yeah. Okay.
Imagine driving around town and you see somebody else with an I Love Spaceships bumper sticker. Because bookmark, you're never going to see their bookmarks.
Never.
You'd be like, yeah, fellow nerd. Fellow spaceship nerd.
Okay. Should we print this out and do it traditionally, or should we?
Wait, are you inking this? Do you usually put this much detail into your sketches if you're going to be inking it?
No. Should I just color it now?
Well, I don't know. You don't usually give it that much detail if you're going to be inking it.
We're gonna, you know what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna do a digital coloring for this, and we're not gonna do traditional today. Maybe we'll do a small one traditionally later. Does that sound good? Why are you?
I don't like your digital coloring. And the kids are not here to back me up when you pick bad colors.
You don't like my digital
Nope,
coloring?
Most often, 70% of the time.
It's no different from my marker coloring. Like,
Okay.
oh, I gotta
Go ahead and try it.
I gotta switch to here.
Don't have a car, so prefer a bookmark. Bumper magnet. Those might be too expensive to
Oh,
use.
magnet.
And plus, somebody could peel it off and take it. Super easy.
It could be a fridge magnet.
Okay, but you don't get to see those on other people's fridges.
Regardless, it's a babe magnet.
Oh, dear.
When people see you love
Look,
spaceships.
all these people want you to color with markers.
Okay, then I'll print it out and color with
But
markers.
to be fair, there was 2 people.
We're gonna color with markers.
Braden's on Team Traditional.
Team traditional. Team traditional. Okay. Let's print this out.
The man okay says hello, Jake. Also, Jared votes for another Missile Mouse comic book.
Well, Missile Mouse is back in the pages of Redshift
Yeah,
Renegades.
but you really should do just another Missile Mouse graphic novel sometime. Definitely a babe magnet.
Wait, hold on. We got to check our printer settings here.
Oh no.
It's okay. Just got to make sure it's set to
A
that.
good strong fridge magnet would be cool. You know, our fridge doesn't. Magnets don't stick.
To our front of our fridge. So we need to put a sticker on it. All right. What does Martin say? I've been hard at work on my art skills, but feel like I've plateaued a bit. My gut tells me I should move beyond sketches, beyond. Where did I
I don't know.
come
I don't
from?
know how to talk.
Where did I come from?
I blame your mother.
That's nice of you. She can't defend herself. My gut tells me that I should move beyond sketches and studies and on to... Whoa, it's gonna drop. There it is. This is super heavy. You can hear how heavy it is. It's like 100 and maybe 200, maybe 500 pound paper. I don't know. Okay, let's take Martin's question here. My gut tells me I should move beyond sketches and studies and on to pieces, but I can't seem to start. Even figuring out what to draw, being inspired and motivated about it seems impossible. Any thoughts? Yeah. Okay, so when you plateau a bit, I have something that you could try, but it's a kind of hard work, but it might unlock some things for you. And that is, for a month, do a series of master studies. And what I mean by that is, don't go find Leonardo and Michelangelo and Raphael, not the Ninja Turtles, but the old, but the old artists. I mean, find the 5 artists that really you think are cool, contemporary, that are working right now, and go get 5 of their drawings. So now you've got 5 artists, 5 drawings. That's 25 drawings. And do a study of either all or parts of them. So you like this character design, try and make an exact replica of that character design. You like this spaceship design, try to do that. But in between each of these, so you do one artist for 5 drawings, then take a break. Now go try and draw your own thing from the ground up in their style. Then do the next artist. Do that until you feel a little bit unblocked and you're like inspired and you know what you want to create. Okay? This is something I used to do, and like I made a character called Roach Boy.
Oh,
remember him?
Yeah.
And
there's a song that comes with it.
No, it's just a poem. I didn't write music to it.
But it has dance, like it has interpretive dance with it.
You're gonna make me do it.
Don't do it. Please don't.
Okay.
If you come to our house, he'll do it at dinner, at the dinner table.
Right. Anyways, but I was like, I really wanted my favorite artists to draw Roach Boy, but I was like an 18-year-old kid and I didn't know how to contact them or anything. So what I did was drew my character in their style. So Mike Mignola version of it, Dave Johnson version of it, like a Mobius version of it. And what that did was I had to look at all their drawings and like, how would he draw goggles? Like, how would he draw, a coat, or how would he do this or that? And then once I did that, like my style improved and I was able to pull some of that into it and make my own thing. They're asking to see.
You started it.
They're asking to see Roach Boy. Okay.
Why don't you draw the spaceship first?
We'll save it for the end.
Roach Boy is, where is he?
Well,
he's in your...
I mean, I got it right here. I don't have the ones that I, the style. So this is the front of it. Here's the back of it. I drew this in high school. This is, actually, let's switch to, we got
You should do it at the end. You should draw your spaceship first.
Hold on, I'm just going to show this really quick. So you can see here, helicopter flies up. We see it in the reflection all these guys get shot.
You were pretty violent in high school.
Uh-huh. I remember staying home sick one day and working on this. I did like a few pages at home one day. And then he like rams like there's construction happening on the bridge and he flies into the air.
You have a fuzz
It's like attached.
to your microphone. It's unraveling.
Yeah. Anyway, to be continued, and it's never been continued because that's all the time I had. So now you might be like, in high school, how'd you do this in high school? Because I was doing master studies. So if you go read the Ghost in the Shell comic, there's like there's a cityscape, but it's not this good. But this was more based on like New York or Chicago or something. And you could see all of the perspectives like that.
A
Little wonky. But I like got the idea to do, far away stuff, just very dark and black without detail and more detail in the foreground. I like this particular type of shadowing I took from like Jim Lee, this kind of rendering, these little like dots and stuff I took from Stan Sakai and his Usagi Yojimbo. This is essentially a ripoff of The Tick. So,
Which is why you've never sold Roach.
Right. So it's like all this is me just looking at artists that I loved and admired and like answering the question, how would they do it in their style,
It's ironic that you drew Roach Boy when you're terrified of cockroaches.
I know. I think I can overcome that though. I've overcome earwigs. You don't see that ever happening, do you? Okay, let's ink this. But first we gotta trim it down. First we gotta trim it down.
Hey, your backers just went up one.
Somebody backed it?
Well, it says 833. Weren't we at 832?
Woohoo! Yeah, somebody backed it. Thank you, whoever backed it. Here, you can use the microphone.
I don't want.
You go see if there's any other questions.
I'm trying to see. I think I messed something up on your Kickstarter thing. Oh my gosh. I screwed this up. Go back to the right page. This is why I'm not allowed to touch anything.
You tried to post an update?
No, I didn't. I just tried to refresh.
There we go. There it is.
All right. Well, Jake's cutting that. Character on the back reminds me of Calvin and Hobbes. That was Jake's very favorite. Are you putting a comic in this Spaceships book that's on Kickstarter?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Just a short. It's a short comic to kind of get us into the story or get us into the book and then get us out of it. Okay, we've got.
Are you ever gonna do Roach Boy again? No. Oh, I would like to see the armadillo spaceship that appears in Lightyear movie. Have you seen the Lightyear movie? Is the Lightyear movie's not out yet, is it?
Tomorrow.
Oh.
I think you can see it tomorrow night if you want.
Point that thing away from me. How long do you think it takes to be proficient at drawing? This person's been drawing for about a year, and while I feel like I've made progress, it's still frustrating not being as good as I want to be.
Okay, so if you want to get proficient, there's like that, you've heard the 10,000 hours rule. That's if you want to master something, 10,000 hours, roughly. And that's not like, just put it in that top drawer or that middle drawer. 10,000 hours is roughly, but you have to be doing 10,000 hours of like really substantial, like brain engaging work. So you've heard the thing, like some people get 20 years of experience and other people get 1 year of experience 20 times. So if you're just drawing the same thing over and over and over and you're not pushing yourself, doesn't matter how many hours you put into it, you're not going to progress in advance. So you have to do like deliberate practice where you're pushing yourself and you're learning those fundamentals, and every piece is like better than the next one, and you can see market improvement. And I think you can become proficient in 1,000 hours if you work that way rather than 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours mastery, proficiency is 1,000 hours.
Well, and instead of comparing your work to what you want it to be, compare it to what it was 1,000 hours ago.
She speaks the truth.
We just lost Jake again. How do I... You know what? I'm not going to do it. You want to drag that over so you can see, or is that the whole thing?
What?
That's what they're seeing right there?
This right here, yep.
Okay.
Okay, gotta get my focus glasses on. All right, let's ink this thing. You know what, we will use this pen. I was gonna switch pens, but stick with it.
What do you do with all your original pieces of art?
I sell most of them. The ones I really love, I keep. But every once in a while, I will sell one I really love too. I'll just price it higher. Because I have this flat file. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the microphone. Sorry. I have this flat file where I keep my original art in. And they just sit in there, never seeing the light of day. And I'll pull them out every once in a while and kind of go through them just to like see what I still have and what I haven't sold. And so
I'm sure people are picturing our house with all of your artwork posted on every wall, covering all the surfaces.
No. The people in this house aren't really huge fans of my...
We love your art.
You love my art, but not on your walls. And that's understandable. I don't want to look at my art all day long either. I'd rather look at other people's art. But so I've always had this idea that they should be on other people's walls, not my walls. And so that's why I sell them. And I'm also trying to do like one of the hardest things a person's able to do, and that is be an independent creator.
You're not on the camera. That's your hand.
How's that? Oh, I know what the problem is. Let's hold on. We're going to switch this camera around. So it's over here.
Do you ever go back and sell old art?
Yeah, so what I do is I have an art sale that I do in the spring, which just happened in April. And then I have an art sale
Right before Christmas?
in the fall. So, and then if I'm launching a Kickstarter, I'll have, I'm doing like spaceship themed art for the Kickstarter. Zoom in close there. So I'm doing spaceship themed art for the Kickstarter. So that's what we're going on. That's what's going on right now for that.
It's a little too close because it's picking up your thumb, not the brush itself. Or it's the wrong angle or something.
How's that? That's better, right?
Well, I don't know. Start drawing. I'll let you know. Yeah, that's better.
Who just came home?
I don't know. Oh, are you okay? What's the matter?
I think my son just came home. He got a summer job doing construction work, and it's Arizona, so it's like construction and just odd jobs. So like I think lately he's been like cleaning a guy's yard.
He made it 6 inches into the house before laying down on the cold tile floor, and he's just laying there with his eyes
Because it's cold.
because he's exhausted and hot.
Oh. Every morning when he goes off to work, I think that Huey Lewis song. Working for a living, living and a working. I'm taking what I'm getting because I'm working for a living.
Okay, that's good. Here, I have a question for you. Do you buy cards for people, the cards from Hallmark store, or do you make them yourself?
I can't remember the last time I bought one. I usually just make them.
You've made some great, hilarious cards.
Yeah.
Do we have one of our Christmas cards with Walter?
We do like every Christmas, I'll make a Christmas card for family and friends that's like has our dog in it. Our dog usually with like a Santa hat. Or I'll do like one year I did Santa had to get rid of his reindeer for some reason, and so his sleigh was being pulled by all of the just different zoo animals, which was fun.
Here's
Oh, let
Here's
me
two.
let
You're
me
fine. Show it later if you want.
yeah. There's Walter.
We had just moved to Arizona.
There's Walter again. So yeah. One year I did a Santa covered in tattoos.
And on the inside it said, "Hope your holidays are bad to the bone."
Yeah.
Glad to the bone?
Glad to the bone. Not bad. Glad to the bone. Okay, this ink pen is super, like, you just have to be so gentle to get these tiny lines.
Alexander's taken off. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Alexander.
Trixta says wet towel on the neck. Oh yeah, we have all the Arizona tricks to not be hot.
Tell them about your ice bottle trick.
When I leave the house to go to the grocery store or whatever, I take several frozen, like the Costco disposable water bottles that aren't really disposable, but the cheapo ones, and I keep them in the freezer. So I grab a handful of those, and when I go out of the car into the store or whatever, I put them in my seat. Or when I had little kids, I would put them in the car seat and then cover the whole thing with a towel. And then when you come back out, you have a nice chili behind and something cold to drink. So that's the only way I survive. And you can like hold the cold bottle of ice against your neck. Otherwise, I just don't go outside. I'm like a vampire in the summer.
Martha says Walter is super cute.
Walter is super cute.
He is. He's a sweet boy.
Pizza Sauce just finished the drawing they're doing and gonna post it on Discord.
Cool.
Do you have naturally steady hands, or do you do some technique to keep your hands steady?
Yeah, I rest it on the paper. And then I always pull towards me. You'll see anytime I do a long line, it's pulling towards me.
Creative Faye does horror-themed holiday cards.
That sounds fun.
Ooh. Their car interior is black. That sounds horrifying. Benjamin wants to know, how many more streams like this are you going to do because he loves them?
Like many. I like doing them too. I've done 5 or 6 over on Instagram.
The nice thing is, by the end of it, it's not like you've wasted time or... I mean, you have a piece of art at the end of it.
That's right. My friend Anthony Wheeler was the guy that was like, "You got to start streaming, Jake. Got to do it." And he streams over on Twitch all the time. He's got like a great thing going on over there. Anthony Wheeler Art. You should check him out.
Wheeler.
Yeah. And so I've watched what he was doing. I was like, streaming, I don't know. It seems like a pain in the butt. And actually yesterday I was like really feeling that when the stream wasn't working, when I was having all those technical difficulties. But this does feel good to like...
it's like you're hanging out.
Just hang out, right. I missed this. I didn't realize how much I needed this.
Oh, so sorry. I like that these are saved after I was actually watching the previous streams when I noticed you were live today.
Cool.
Creative Faye is also a vampire stays in the house.
Should we zoom in here?
Just make sure you can see the... Yeah, you're good.
So you could see any sort of detail. I'm going in with really thin lines, as thin as I can go.
But that's a brush pen, right?
Yeah, it's a
You're
brush.
just barely touching the paper.
Just licking it like a hummingbird.
You gotta stop saying that. It grosses me out.
Licking it, not like I would lick a hummingbird, but like a hummingbird would lick a... like how a hummingbird would lick a flower.
I picture you in the backyard. You catch a hummingbird.
So that's just something to keep important here. I think that's what throws people off when they get a brush pen, is they don't
Just
realize,
mash it down.
yeah, how tender you need to be, how tender and loving.
Okay, you're just grossing me out left and right now.
We should do, if we keep doing these streams, every like 5th stream, do a cooking one where you show how to make...
Except the people who are creating art are not the same people who want to know how to cook.
Well, like, wouldn't they love to know how to make cinnamon rolls?
You just want me to make cinnamon rolls. Creative Faye, poor hummingbird. Now we know what Jake does to pass the time. What happened to Walter now? Walter is still alive. Walter's a good dog. He's only 4 years old. We got him on my birthday.
I think they want to know, like, play by play, what is he doing right now? He's
likely lying on the floor somewhere doing nothing constructive.
You know,
The most laid back,
he
boring dog.
he does protect.
That's true. Ooh, backer number 834.
Right on. We got another backer. Ding, 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 ding.
Can we get a couple hints of what other stretch goal rewards are? We should do cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, cinnamon rolls.
Just one.
Yeah, I can give I'll show a hint. I can give you guys a hint. Let me pull it up here really quick in Photoshop. One second. Gotta find my rewards folder and just make sure I know what we're doing here. Oh, it's a calendar. Yes, calendar.
But you should only tell these people. You shouldn't post it online.
Well, if this stream is going to be
Oh,
online,
it's going to be saved?
I'll say this. Okay, so last Kickstarter I did, we had hold on. We did
Super shiny.
a Skull Chaser calendar, which was reversible. And this thing was actually one of my most favorite things for me that I made, because I just put it up. It looked cool on my board, but then it was super useful because I was always like, oh, what?
We know how a calendar works. Keep going.
So yeah, a calendar.
Put it back up on that. Creative face showing up for the cooking streams.
All right. Sorry, I want to get a mic for Allison, but if you can't hear her, just try to hear better. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
I was waiting for it. Can a simple liner be used for line art like the brush pen?
Absolutely, and I was gonna use another liner for this actually. At the beginning, I was like, worried that there's too much detail in here for how.
For that pen to handle.
Yeah, for how like broad the tip is. But reason I like this Copic brush pen is it is waterproof ink. So or smudge proof ink. So when I go to add markers, it's not gonna smear all over the place.
They can hear me fine. Or at least Faye can.
Okay, Faye. Thanks for letting us know. So you can see here, even in this little area, we've got 70% space, 30% detail. Yep.
Have we really been doing this for 2 hours?
Started at, oh my gosh, it has been. Time flies when you're streaming.
Not if you're sitting on this uncomfortable stool.
How's your back?
It's dying.
Do you want to switch chairs?
No, I'm not going to make you.
No.
Your chair.
No, I can.
It's fine. I might leave to get a snack. We can't talk about pizza and then cinnamon rolls.
I know, we gotta.
And go 2 hours without eating anything.
I think what's going on here is this is a really involved and detailed spaceship, and compared to the last one, and so it's just taking longer. Every step of the way is taking longer, which
Your
means
phone keeps going in and out of focus.
sorry. Is
I
there a,
don't know how to fix that.
focus? I don't know. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, now it's really out of focus.
Oh. Kazu Shige says, I drew comics professionally in the early 2000s. I returned to drawing recently and finished one graphic novel and have begun a second. How would you suggest engaging an audience on the internet in 2022?
Engaging with an audience in 2022.
On the internet.
That's the trick, isn't it?
Do you have an Instagram account?
That's the trick. So yes, do social media. Yes, do do all the.
You can't see what you're drawing.
Oh, because of my thumb.
It's the angle, yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I would say like, oh, you got to make TikToks, right? But that only works if you're good at like doing that kind of stuff. So I can't give you like specific tactical advice. I can only give you strategic advice because, whatever advice I give you today might not be applicable in 2 months, as algorithms change. Instagram might make an announcement that says, okay, we really are doing it. We're not supporting static photos anymore. So what are you gonna do? If you've been like building a platform all around static photos and then, on Instagram, and then you can't do that anymore, right? Like what happens next? So my advice to every creator is to at least own your central hub platform, right? And so for me, that is my email list and my website. If you don't have a website, you have to invest and make a website. And then if you don't have an email list, I would start working on that and growing that right now. Cool thing about an email list is these people have given you specific permission to email them. If you set it up like, hey, this is about wanting to know more about my projects, then everyone who signs up for that is a very warm, engaged audience for your projects. Okay. So, but the way I set my email list up is I want to give you a 5-minute infusion of inspiration every Friday. And so every Friday I send out an email to 10,000 people. Well, it's dropped. It's like 9,800 people or something like that. I'd love it to be 10,000. If you want to sign up for my email list, that'd be great. But what I do is I send this out, and it's a weekly. It's essentially 5 things that I thought were really cool that I found online that week. The first one is always something that I've worked on, and the last one is always an inspirational thought. I call it the inspirational thought unit, and then everything in between could be, it could be something like, here's a cool car, here's a cool artist I found. And the reason for that is Instagram could go away tomorrow and I could still email everybody. And in order for me not to be able to email everybody, email would have to go away. And it can't go away because it's like decentralized. Nobody owns email. Facebook might decide we no longer support artists. And I mean, that's crazy, but you know what I mean? Like, it could be anything. And that wouldn't be a problem for me because I know I can access 10,000 people through my email list. And what's cool about it, though, is yes, it's a marketing tool, right? But what it's turned into for me is like a weekly way to like download my thoughts and to really almost like be a journal, a working journal of what's inspiring me, what's influencing me, and what I'm working on. And that's become way more valuable than any social media account I've ever started. So.
Miles is sound asleep on the floor.
Oh, really?
Like snoring asleep on the tile floor.
Oh, he
Face
was.
down.
He hit his wall. Now we know. And so your social media you're gonna want to use it to drive people to go to your website and also sign up for your email list.
Did you already answer this question? Benjamin wants to know, I would like to sign up for your email list. How can I?
Oh, let's put it in the, we'll put it in the chat. Oh. It's the Friday newsletter, a 5-minute infusion of inspiration. And it's going in the chat right now. If I can find the chat. So many windows open. Yep, sign it there, and you're gonna get it every Friday. I haven't missed a Friday yet this year. In past years, there would be a couple weeks where things just got too crazy. But if I know I'm gonna be gone on a Friday or something, I'll just kind of poke at it here and there through the week and make sure that it goes out. Or it might be like a truncated version of it. Like I went camping, took my son camping a few weeks ago, and so I just did, instead of 5 things, I did 3 things. No one complained.
If they did, it never got to you.
Right. What's amazing, though, with this is I could post something on Instagram and 5% of the people that follow me will see it. When I send out an email,
Everybody gets it.
Whether they open it or not, they have to like notice it in their inbox. But then also actual open rates are like 50%. 50% of the people will open it. So that's something. That's just how effective email is. Now some people say like go start a Substack. Substack's cool. It's an email, like an email blogging type of situation.
Did you already say the email costs you money to run though?
Yeah, email does cost. Once you have over 2,000 subscribers, usually, depending on what email platform you use.
So if you sign up for somebody's email, not necessarily Jake's, but somebody else that you just don't even open them, do them a favor if you never ever look at them and just unsubscribe. Save them money.
Right.
Can you hear him snoring?
A little bit, yeah.
I wish I could show them a picture of what he looks like.
I remember doing that same thing when I was his age. He's on the ground, right? Like,
right now, he's on the tile floor.
oh, I thought he like moved to a couch or something.
No, he's right. I wish I could show them. That's what I'm saying.
Here. There's our son right now. Sound asleep.
Snoring. We have to move him before the other kids get home from swimming, or they'll walk right over him when they open the door.
They're at the public pool?
Yeah, the one that's the cheapest, but has the creepy guy.
Well, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Creepy guy comes free.
Well, and it's the closest, so we don't have to pay for that much gas. Oh, Spaceyak likes the calendar. Love the colors.
So that calendar I showed is not the calendar that is going to be the stretch goal. But the calendar that is going to be the stretch goal is...
I actually like it better.
Better?
This one. The new one.
Oh, you saw it?
Didn't you have it on your computer
Yeah.
just now?
Yeah, I did. Okay. But I didn't show them. Should I show them really quick?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't say no.
No, keep it secret. Okay, here, really quick. We're going to switch over to here. So there's side A and side B.
I didn't want to be on the camera.
So you can see, yeah, this is
I like it.
it's the front, that's the back, or this is the front, that's the back. So we got alien spacecraft, and then we got Earthling spacecraft.
Okay. So Kazoo says, if I'm hearing correctly, use social media to point to your personal hub with email lists as a primary form of communication or marketing.
That's
Yes.
right. You're trying to algorithm proof your following, your people.
Jackie H says, I need that calendar. Then go tell your friends to back the Kickstarter so you can get that calendar.
What should the next stretch goal be? So 900 unlocks the thing. Should it be a dollar amount or a backer amount? Or
You got to do the math, Jake, because they're not paying extra for the stretch goal, so it has to be worth it for you to pay for it.
oh,
This is why I'm here, folks.
okay. Will Terry had an idea when we were talking about this Kickstarter, and he said you should have people send in their spaceship drawings and then do an update with the best ones
That's a
on
good
there.
idea.
So it's like share the love. So if you're if you're a backer, do a spaceship drawing, email it in to me.
That is a good idea. You're going to be fielding, cinnamon rolls. You're going to be fielding lots of spaceship drawings.
I give that job to Lucy.
Yeah, but have them put backer spaceship submission or something like that in the title so that Lucy knows which ones to open.
Yeah, they need to put what backer number they are, maybe.
Or just all the same thing so she can just search. So, spaceship submissions. You could always start a cult as well.
That's another really effective way to grow a following.
Should be centered around cinnamon rolls.
Yeah. Gotta make ship noises. We live in a day and age too where if I knew how to use Blender, I probably could have busted out a 3D model of this in less time. But
Hey, Skippy, Jake, can you do a cinnamon roll pin?
a cinnamon roll pin?
That was Pizza Sauce's idea. I swear Pizza Sauce should be on your payroll. This kid has all the ideas. Alush seconds the cult idea.
If Allison will make me a batch of cinnamon rolls
I'm busy baking
for inspiration.
I'm busy baking for other people. Remember to take a stretch and water break. He's been drinking water. How are you making circles so fast? You've made a lot of bad circles till now. Circles are easy.
Yeah. It's again, it's just pulling it towards you.
Cinnamon roll spaceship. Okay, first of all, it's really hard to make cinnamon rolls in the summertime because it's turning on the oven is horrible.
That's true. I can't ask her to do that.
But I am baking. So we have, did I already say this? We have not made friends with our neighbors in our subdivision.
Not all of them.
There's a couple of really nice ones. But I decided I'm going to make some sort of food, treat, whatever, and take it to every single neighbor at least one time during the next year. So Jake's going to have to wait for cinnamon rolls.
That's fair enough.
Trying to make friends. We're trying to bribe people to be our friends.
Yeah. Will you be our friend for baked goods?
Or salsa. I
Or
figure I
salsa.
can make a big batch of salsa and just take some to everybody. Loved the unifying colors on your calendar, with the first calendar being my favorite because of the color and aliens.
Thank you.
Now you're super blurry. You're zoomed in so far that it keeps focusing on your thumb, and then the drawing is getting way blurry.
Zoom out a little bit.
Braden's gotta go. See you, Braden. Thanks
Bye.
for coming.
Thanks for coming. This is the longest stream I've done ever.
Are you gonna finish this?
Well, should we finish it on stream or should I just
Well, how much
do
more
it
do you have
later?
to do?
I just have to draw
A lot.
this, that, and then color it.
I can't imagine that any of these people were here at the beginning.
No, I think we've got new people coming in all the time. If you're just showing up,
Except for pizza sauce.
Pizza Sauce is our longest attending
With all the best ideas.
streamer.
Benjamin says this should be an intergalactic cinnamon roll deliverer.
It's not a bad idea.
Hey, are your glasses blue light lenses?
Yeah. Yep.
And you got them on Amazon, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. So I went to the optometrist because I was like just having a hard time with. I've lived my entire life never needing anything up close. And like my job involves like looking at things very closely. And then all of a sudden, like recently, I was just like, I can't see what I'm working on. And so the optometrist is like, yeah, you're 40 something now.
Can I say you've also bragged often about the fact that you didn't need glasses?
Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Except I need my glasses.
Anyway, so then he's like, hey, you want to buy a pair of glasses from our office here? And I was like, how much are they? And he's like, hundreds of dollars. I said, no, thanks.
I draw pictures for a living, but thank you.
No, thanks. I'll just go online. I kind of want to try. I haven't even had these for a year yet, have I?
No.
Has it been a year?
Alush says, drawing on the iPad has my eyes ultra herdy. Hey, several people have been here since the beginning. And Creative Faye will be our neighbor. Jake is pretty much Mr. Rogers.
Shout out to everyone who's been here from the beginning.
Benjamin was here at the beginning.
Benjamin.
Orbital Hub was here at the beginning. Art of Orange Hat here, just a quiet lurking person. That sounds kind of scary, actually. Mark says, I came for the art, stayed for the salsa. Ruthermani has been here since kickoff. See, these are the great people. Not that everybody else isn't great.
Well,
Jake, you could be Mr. Rogers. You have a cardigan.
It's true. It's not cardigan weather right now.
You also have indoor shoes and outdoor shoes.
That's true.
You basically are. You just don't feed the fish.
Hello, neighbor.
Mm-mm.
Mr. Rogers was like one of my favorite shows as a 4-year-old, even well into older age. I love that guy. And I didn't never missed an episode. You know, King Friday and
The Land of Make-Believe really bothered me.
With the puppets?
Yeah.
Because the puppets were all wonky?
No, just because they were talking to puppets. I had a hard time with that. But I liked the rest of it, where he talked to real people.
What's the Muppets? If not that.
Okay, maybe it was. They were wonky.
And they.
I like that you just looked at me like I was insane.
This woman loves the Muppets. Absolutely. And to hear her say, I don't like it when people talk to puppets. I don't think you hadn't thought through that one clearly. It was because the puppets were freaky.
They were freaky. Do you have any tips on drawing backgrounds? Because whenever I draw them, they end up detracting from my piece. You have that same problem sometimes.
Drawing backgrounds. Yeah, so backgrounds always need to be a support to your main thing that you're like focusing on.
Do that?
I don't know.
This is what happens when Jake gets tired. Okay, so look at the backgrounds in the movie Lilo and Stitch. The front, the characters you're looking at are clear, clean, celled, like animation. The back is all watercolor, so it kind of fades. That is one of my favorite movies because of how beautiful the backgrounds are. You should just go watch Lilo and Stitch and just look at the backgrounds.
She's right. No, what also helps too is like contrast. So light over darks, darks over light all the time. Everything, everywhere. Light over dark, dark over light if you want something to stand out. So if you're doing a drawing or a background or whatever, and I would say no detail over detail or detail over no detail is another way. It's contrast, right? So that
if you squint, you can still see what you're looking at.
Exactly.
Jim Henson does make good puppets. I like the Muppet movies because of all of the cameos and the like little inside joke, not inside jokes, but like jokes that are for the adults without being gross, but they're just, it's hilarious. Muppets Most Wanted, I could watch that over and over.
Me too.
We listen to the soundtrack while we do dishes and make dinner. Lucy knows all the words to that soundtrack with the voices.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, don't step on Miles. Stepped right on.
Miles just got trampled on by the kids coming home. Poor Miles.
That's good. He needed a short nap so he doesn't go fall asleep somewhere for a couple of hours or he won't be able to sleep tonight.
That's right. Yeah, he could get in that cycle where take a nap in the afternoon, stay up until 1 in the morning, get up
And
at
be exhausted
6,
at work.
go to work.
That's your cycle.
Not right now, but it has been. When I launched the Kickstarter, it was that first week. Ooh,
Watch Fairscape for an adult Muppet sci-fi good time.
Fairscape. Sorry. I'll have to check that out.
You guys should check out Ryan Trahan's vids. He's doing a fundraiser for Feeding America right now. Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
Aaron is just drawing along with us. See, Aaron, you're getting two things done at the same time. This is like me ironing while watching a movie.
Yeah.
You have a whole bunch of kids standing at your door in swimming suits.
Hey guys, how's it going? Check it out.
Oh, very nice.
Oh wait, which way's up?
Yeah.
No, this
Can it
way.
just, like,
That's
swivel?
up.
That's up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Why are the engines different?
Because they were asking if I do not a lopsided, non-symmetrical,
Asymmetric.
an asymmetrical
Wait,
spaceship.
Is it
So
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
it fly?
Oh, Pizza Sauce just posted the drawing in its finished part of the Discord. Farscape.
So is this like
I want to see it. I want to show everybody too. We're gonna switch
Pizza Sauce
over
got
to.
more than they bargained for.
We're gonna switch over to browser time, and we're gonna pull up the Discord here. Hold on, I just wanna slide it in. We'll just slide it like this. There we go.
Is this the same live stream?
Okay, it's finished. Is that where it is?
Mhm.
Oh, there's some catching up I gotta do.
Pizza Sauce.
I
Oh,
was. Here we go.
wait. So you weren't paying attention to your math homework?
I was drawing in math class and made this character.
Pizza
Glad to
Sauce
have the
could
finished
definitely
version.
be one of our kids. Drawing in math class. Oh, I'm on camera.
So this is great. Look at that. He's got a red nose.
He's cute.
I like the highlight going on here. This is really, that little bit of highlight just gives it all the dimension.
You did a good job.
Also, good job on proportions. The fat little tail sticking out right here. He's waving. Hey,
That's
everybody. This is great. Signed, Pizza Sauce. I didn't realize Sauce was your last name. Pizza was your first name.
You
That's
thought it was pizza sauce?
Pizza Sauce. No, I thought it was. Pizza Sauce was his first name.
Did you see New Jurassic World? No, not yet.
Not yet.
We haven't seen anything recently. Blank page illo. Jake's inking is freaking me out. Sometimes it does that to us too. This is awesome. I also did what? What were we talking about? Just drawing along with you. Oh, somebody else is saying they posted. Benjamin, you did what too? Oh, in the it's finished. Oh, he posted in there too.
All right, let's check it out.
Did you ever look at a household item and think that would make a great spaceship? Oh, you wouldn't believe how many times Jake takes things and flies them around the kitchen. Oh, so Benjamin just made a rendition.
Oh, is
Jake's
this it?
spaceship and put I can't talk. Put it in there.
Let's we're pulling it up. Hold on, let's bring it down here. Let's look at it. The
Oh,
star,
cool.
Star Skipper.
I thought it was the cheesemonger or something.
Well, Star Skipper's cool. This is really nice.
I like it. Nicely done.
Look what he put, massive cannons on the bottom. That's great. You're drawing small too. It's hard to draw this small. To do this kind of detail on this size, Really cool. Really cool. Good job, Benjamin. Thanks for sharing that. Let's see, was there anybody else? Just some cool art. Other people. Dang, look at this.
I like that. That's awesome.
Ninjas
That
versus.
scares the heck out of me.
I love. So okay, so this is a good example. You guys wondering?
Oh, dark in front of light.
Yep, light versus dark, dark versus light. So good silhouettes. See how these characters in the foreground are hard to see because they're dark on dark, but this.
So the very lightest point is where the
Yep.
characters. Who
Let's
was
see if
that?
we can find. And this is an example of light over dark. So this character is just a little bit lighter, but the face is very light over dark.
Could you tell who this is?
This is Daddy Longlegs, posted yesterday.
That's nice.
We got Rafi Art is doing some studies, photo studies. Discord is hopping.
You put the link earlier.
Yeah, the link to the Discord is, I'll put it in the chat again. It's been a while. Really quick. If you want to join the Discord, you're going to go click on the link and boom. And then I guess if you want to sign up for the newsletter, we're going to post that there too.
Okay, wait, I have some questions to catch up.
And lastly, really quick, if you want to back the Kickstarter, you're going to go here. So this is our link central.
This is Jake wearing his sparkly blazer, pushing everything. All right, are you going to do another Kickstarter class?
What's a Kickstarter class?
Class on how to do Kickstarters is my guess.
Did I do that once?
I think you did like a video on YouTube, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Probably not.
Art of Orange's hat. I drew all over my trigonometry test in class around my answers. My teacher would grade my test and give me compliments and compliment my work in the notes. That's a good teacher.
Yeah.
See, our oldest son would do the drawing instead of the math.
Okay.
Oh, Benjamin had to flip the drawing upside down midway because you did. That's why it's so small.
Oh, there's my pencils. All right, we got to add a background.
And then you gotta stop because we gotta make dinner.
Is it that's 4:00 already? You know what? I think we're just gonna call it good for this.
And people they have to go potty break.
Yeah. I'm not to the point where I can do like 8-hour streams. I think we're just
There's
gonna.
people who do that?
I mean, they'll take breaks. You know, put up a little sign that's like. I know people who do. You know, they'll start in the morning, and they're just doing their work.
You could maybe do that a little easier if it wasn't summer vacation. We didn't have a bunch of kids running around.
Right.
Because right now our kids are being so good and quiet.
Right. And I've got some admin stuff to do too. All right. I think we're going to call this done. We're going to call our stream done for today. Thank you for joining us, everybody. And let me just slide over here. This has been a real treat to have you guys here. It was fun. Like I said, this is like we're doing spaceships in honor of the Spaceships Kickstarter. 837 backers. We're trying to get to 900 in the next day or so. Today would be nice. Tomorrow would be fine because we're going to unlock the I Love Spaceships bookmark. Bumper sticker. And then the next one, we've got a calendar. We've got a sticker or something. Every day I'm posting drawings for sale. And yeah, really, you want to back it because it's a cool book. So I appreciate that. Thank you for joining us, and see you next stream.
Bye, guys.
Shout out to Allison, too, for helping out. Bye.